Hi, hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk on cloud migration strategy, how you have to migrate, how can you migrate from on-premises to the cloud migration. So before going to the cloud migration, so I want you to understand what is this cloud terminology like infrastructure as a service, software as a service, platform as a service. So there are different terminology used in this concept. So in my last video I have given you the brief on how the DevOps and architecture is there, and I know you from my previous video, so you already learn what are the infrastructural component, like if you want to be in a software company, you should know how to be as a Linux administrator, or you want to be in a cloud migration, or you want to be in a developer or an architect. So based on that one you can choose your role. So now it's time to move for the next part, is that one. So migrating to the infrastructure cloud, so I'll explain you on this one. Okay, to start with that one, I have given you a brief description diagram here. So in this one you can see here there is a on-premises cloud migration models are there, on premises, and infrastructure as a code, and platform as a code, and a software as a code. So on premises is a term used when all the infrastructure components are in your local data center. I mean, in your company there will be a specific place where all the data and server will be hosted, and this place is manually maintained by the company administrators, network technology, and everybody will be owning this one, and it will not be shared with the outer internet like that one. So here if what is this on-premises cloud, on-premises in terms of that one is that what all the things you are going to manage in this one. So these are all the components which you are going to manage that one. That is a network, and then the storage, the whole storage part of the network, and then the servers, how many servers are there in the whole data center, everything will be managed by the system administrators, and virtualization, and then on top of that one, the OS. Once you created the OS and virtualized it one, then the OS installation, whether it can be Linux, Unix, or Windows can be, and then after that one, middleware administration will be done by the local team, and then the runtime will be owned by them, and then finally the data and application. So the all the components will be handled by the infrastructure team in the local data center, and it will be divided, and based on that one your roles and responsibility will be divided. So when some of the components, like a new terminology has come, where we can move the infrastructure to the new cloud environment. So this is where the new infrastructure as a services will come. So in that point, so the network, storage, and server and virtualization will be managed by the cloud provider. So there are a lot of cloud provider like Amazon, GCP, and Azure, even IBM cloud is there, Oracle cloud is there. So this cloud provider, what they will hold is that they will manage this part. What network they will manage, storage, server, and virtualization, and the rest of the part is owned by the OS, middleware, runtime, and data and application will be owned by the application team, or the developer team, or an architect team. So this will be divided into two parts like that one. So you will manage only the OS and middleware, runtime, data, and application. So here the one benefit of this model is that one, so you no need to consider about the infrastructure, where it is, how it will be the infrastructure, and what all the servers I need to maintain, the whole infrastructure, network, and everything will be managed by the cloud provider. So some of the example for this one is like VMAS is one of the infrastructure, like is example for this one, and even CloudRed is also there, OpenStack is there. These are all some of the infrastructure as a code example. And when it comes to the platform as a service, The rest of the data means only application and data will be managed by you, and the rest of the things will be owned by the cloud provider. So here more benefit is that even you should not be bothered whether I want to install Windows or Linux or whichever the database. So I want to use Oracle or DB2 or any other database. You are not into that consideration itself. So you are free to get only the data and application. So you can only concentrate on these two parts. So that is what platform as a service. So here also there are different cloud providers. As I mentioned, AWS is there, Google and Azure is there. So all these cloud provider will same services like this one. And the next part is that one software as a service. So software as a service is that one whole application, including the application data, everything will be owned by the cloud provider. So where you should not be bothered about what is my application, what application I'm using, what data will be transferred, and there is a security bridge or anything. So everything will be owned by the cloud provider. So let me show you what is this difference. It means some of the components like this one. So here you can see is that infrastructure as a code. Some of the examples are there. OpenStack is there, as I mentioned previously. Google Cloud Compute Engine is there. EC2, Amazon EC2 is there. So these are all some of the examples for infrastructure as a code. Storage as a service. ST as a service means storage as a service. So in this some of the example like OneDrive is there. This is the new technology what we can see here. And then Dropbox also, some of them I think familiar with this one. So it is also one of the example. iCloud is there with iCloud, iMovie with Apple. Some of the users were already using this one. So these are all, even Amazon S3 is also storage provider like that. What Leisure is there. So these are all some of the example. And Google also, Google Cloud Storage is also there. So these are all the storage provider where you will get the service as a storage. And then platform as a service means whole not full whole infrastructure. At least you will get the 80% of the infrastructure will be there, and only the application and data you should be owning. And these are all some of the example which we can see here is a Cloud Foundry is there, platform with a Salesforce is there, Microsoft Azure is there. So even Amazon is providing this service. So and next one is a data as a service. So where database will be provided as a service. So in the terms of Google Cloud Data Store is there from Google, and DynamoDB from Amazon is there. And then Oracle Data Cloud is there. These are all some of the example from data as a service. And then function as a service. So this is also one of the new concept you have to know about that one, where you no need to bother about the whether how my application front end or a back end will be running. So you just want some functions to be triggered, and you want complete that data, that work to be on time, whether it can use a Oracle database or any kind of database, whether it is SQL or non-SQL. You are least bothered about that one. Just you want some function to be executed. So at that moment you can use this function as a service. So cloud functions is there, even Amazon function, Amazon AWS also functions are there. So these are all some of the example for that one. And then the last part is a software as a service. So in this part where you will not be consider whether application and data also, where it can be installed and what application I have to install. So you are not least bothered about all those things. You are only consider about your work. Means for example, you want to send a mail. So you don't know in the background how the mail, like Gmail, if I take an example, whether it is using a database, Oracle DB2, or what application it is using, whether it is using an XML file. So you will not come to know that one. So Gmail service is one of the software services. Even Slack, Microsoft Office whole toolkit is there, Windows, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. These are all some of the software as a service example for that one. So this is how you can use and divide all these infrastructure components. So whenever you find a relevant technology for you, and where you fit in for that one, whether you are expert in database, or it can be in function developing function as a service as a developer, software as a service, or you are very good in networking and other things, then you will fit into the infrastructure as a code. So based on that one, you can choose your role in a software company. Friends, thanks for watching this video. Hope you like this video. So please like, share and comment, and let me know the imports if you want more information on this software architecture role. So I'll come up with the new interesting videos like this. Thank you very much.